Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bowl with Value. This week I'm here to teach you how to hook the ball. There are a couple ways that you can, in fact, hook it, and there are some drills that if you're already a bowler and you want to practice them to increase your rev rate, stick around and see what we have today.
This brings up by 12. Pass it. Really good look.
Okay, I am back here at Sherman Bowling Center. I've got lane 3 today, and they've actually laid out a 35-foot flat pattern, but this is just for me to practice on today in preparation for the PWBA tour. So that doesn't really matter when you're trying to learn how to hook the ball. It doesn't matter what you're bowling on because it's essentially just drills that you have to practice over and over again, and typically foul line drills. So I'm going to use my new Piranha Powercore Pearl because it's the swirliest ball that I have today. And it's nice to have a swirly ball when you're practicing these things so that you can actually see the revolutions and see the bowling ball change direction. So in order to hook the ball, with your thumb in it, your thumb has to get out of the bowling ball. And maybe I'll come over here for this, this camera. The thumb has to come out and come onto the pads of your fingers and then create that rotation. So it's almost, and then if you've seen my rev rate video, it is a little bit of a flick of the wrist onto the finger pads. And then you can turn it around the ball, and that's going to create the axis rotation. If you keep your thumb in it and you try to turn it, it's going to create spin. And if you've been around long enough, I used to spin it a lot, and that actually does create hook, but it's so sharp and volatile that it's not the best type of hook. You're taking the lane and making it more difficult, front to back, because it's not actually reading the lane properly, and you're not going to get the right entry angle. So that's important to know about hook. So I'm going to go to the foul line, and the first way that you're gonna try to hook it is you can essentially suitcase it. So if you're kind of around the side of it, as long as you have axis rotation, and again, you get your thumb out and your fingers come around it, then you're gonna see some hook. So I will do a quick one step, and I like to do a practice swing so that I can feel where my swing is and where my hand is in the back. So just kind of coming around the side of it. Ooh, slipped a little bit. Either way, lots of hook. Wasn't my best one-step attempt. Apologize for that. That will be better. Let me wipe my shoe. There could be a little sandy here. A little slick at the foul line. But anyway, that hooked. And I didn't even really try to do anything except kind of be on the side of it, get my thumb out, and get around it. Another drill that you can practice, another foul line drill, is a no step. So that was just to showcase the actual release. But if you do no step, you can kind of put the ball down here, and then you wanna cup your wrist as much as you can, because ultimately how to get rev rate and more hook is getting underneath the bowling ball as much as you possibly can, because then you're going to have more room to flick it and have it rev up right off your hand. And that's going to create more hook. So you can cup it, and then you want to just little swing here, and you can kind of like flick it off your hand, and it's going to go at the end of the pattern. It's going to, as soon as it sees friction, it's going to hook. That's one of the other drills. The next drill is a foul line drill, and this is something that I did to create more revs, one, and to also be more up the back of it, so that again the ball can read the lane in the front, store enough energy, and create the right entry angle into the pocket. So you can get down on one knee, and your fingers and thumb are in it, and you want to cup it, right? Because then it's actually being supported by the ground. And then you can bring it back a little bit. And then you really just want to thumb out, and then have your fingers, again, flick it and have it roll. And so if you want to be on the side of it, then your thumb and your fingers can come out like this, and that's what's going to create that axis rotation. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to try to be up the back of it, and then even just see the characteristic of the bowling ball. You want to see how much it hooks just by doing this. So bring it back and then flick it. And I actually I was going to say, I actually tumbled that quite well. And it actually got to the end of the pattern, and the core took over the way that it's drilled. It's drilled for a right-hander, so that is the difference. You know, if you have a ball of your own, it's a reactive resin, it's gonna hook more than and I'm looking at the house balls over here. That's just plastic. Or for example, I have an axe, and that's half urethane, half plastic. So it's not gonna be quite as much. And you can do these drills actually with the axe if you wanted to. Or a plastic ball. You know, you can do these drills. If you can hook a plastic ball, you can hook a reactive resin. So let's see, what else can we do? So that's a one step. And then, I mean, you're gonna have to gain some wrist strength, or if you want, you can just do two fingers, no thumb. If you're switching to two-handed, you can actually do one-handed too. I don't even know if I wonder if I could do this. I think I could do a one-step with this. This is a 14-pound ball, by the way. So it's like I think Doherty is two finger on the tour professional. More guys than girls do this, just again, pure wrist strength. So if you hold it like this, backswing's not going to be very long because you have to cup it. And so then ball speed is slower. And also because you have to cup it, for me, I feel like it would take even more wrist strength to kind of get it out here, and then axis rotation, kind of like shake hands with and if you've ever thrown a football underhand, that's exactly the rotation that you want to get from a bowling ball. So there's the two finger approach and two finger no thumb, and then you could also do two-handed no thumb, but again with like the USB-C, I didn't say it, I was thinking about this, but I didn't say it before. With USB-C certification, you can't have a thumb hole in it if you are not using it. So if you're bowling in a certified league, don't try this, but if you're in practice, you could totally try it. So with the two-handed method, I've only ever attempted this like maybe 3 times, and it's not pretty. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna stand as far left as I can. My trajectory is gonna be, you know, toward the gutter because it's a really short pattern, and I expect it to hook a lot because ball speed with two hands for me, it's gonna be quite low. But you just, you know, it's that one step approach, and then you can roll it off your hand, and you don't have to worry about your thumb getting out at the right spot. Oh gosh. That's a lot of hook. That is how my 3-year-old son is learning how to bowl. It's quite nice to watch. I started bowling when I was almost 3, and I put my 2 fingers and thumb in it, and I threw it conventionally until I was probably 10 or so, and then I got a fingertip. So that's another point to make. It's fingertip, it's grips, and these are actually the ladies' grips. They're smaller than the men's grips, so your fingers can be closer together. And you only put the tips of your fingers in. So if you've got conventional, which goes to the second knuckle, then you're not gonna get as much of a rev rate on it because more of your finger is in the ball. And that creates a little bit more of a barrier. So other than that, if you really wanna practice hooking it a lot, then you stand as far left as you can, get under it as much as you can, and then when it comes here, you flick it off your hand, get some axis rotation, and hook the whole lane. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cup it a little bit, and you can even tuck your pinky. Sometimes I feel like that allows me to get it onto my fingers a little bit more too. And then, uh-oh. Oh, it's not like two-handed release. I just didn't have quite the rev rate for it to get started and hook the whole lane. I'll have to try that again and not send it so quickly to the right. This is not a house pattern. It did not hit the friction at all. It's gotta go a little bit closer. Look at this rack. Could you imagine bowling on this? Yikes. Okay, let's try that one more time. See if I can throw it a little bit better. Oh, that's gonna go together again too. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Let's try this again. Apparently, this is not my strong suit. My rev rate's quite high though. All right, last time. We will try. So if you really want to hook it, we can stand to this corner. I'm going to project it through the middle arrow to the 10 pin, and then hopefully it kind of walks back to the pocket. Oh, wow. There's a lot of hook on this pattern. Don't suggest doing that. On shorter patterns like this, you actually want to use really strong bowling balls with a lot of surface, potentially further to the right, end over end roll, so that it doesn't all of a sudden hook when it gets down to the back of the pattern and go straight to the 7 pin. That's another little tip. I mean, that's not the point of this video, but if you have a lot of hook, sometimes it can be uncontrollable. So there's that. Sometimes less is more. Oftentimes, I should say. So those were the drills. I didn't even throw a full approach. You've seen me bowl, so I can obviously hook it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If there is anything you'd like to see on this channel in the future, let me know. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Feel free to share it also. Come back every week. We do this and we release it every Sunday at 6 p.m. So we'll see you next week.